Have you ever imagined a world without money? Let's journey into the realm of the unfathomable, where currency is a forgotten concept. Ponder on the mechanisms of a society without financial transactions, where the exchange of goods and services is not bound by the shackles of monetary value. How would we conduct our day-to-day exchanges? How would large-scale economics function? Would we evolve or would we regress? The answers lie in the power of your imagination. Imagine the endless possibilities in a world where the concept of money is obsolete. If you're enjoying this journey into the mind-boggling, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. In a world without money, how would we measure value? This question might seem daunting, but let's break it down together. First, we could use time as a measure of value. Imagine a society where the worth of a product or service is determined by the time invested in it. A handmade piece of furniture would be considered more valuable than a mass-produced one, simply because more time and effort went into crafting it. However, this could potentially lead to inefficiency, as people might take longer to complete tasks just to increase their value. Another method could be based on effort. In this scenario, the physical or mental exertion required to produce something determines its value. A farmer toiling in the fields all day might therefore have a higher valued product than a software developer who created an app in a few hours. Yet this approach might undervalue intellectual labor and overvalue physical labor. A third possibility is measuring value by resources. Here, the cost of raw materials and energy used in production would dictate value. This could promote sustainability, as it would encourage the use of less resource-intensive methods. On the downside, it might discourage innovation and the development of new technologies. Alternatively, we could revert to a bartering system where goods and services are directly exchanged. This could provide a more tangible sense of value, as it would facilitate direct comparison between items. However, it could also complicate transactions, as finding a mutual agreement could prove challenging. Bartering might seem like a step back, but it does provide a more tangible sense of value. Economists might shudder at the thought of a world without money, but it's an intriguing concept to explore. Let's dive deeper into this enigma. How would our economies function without the lubricating oil of money? First, we'd need to grapple with the challenges of organizing large-scale production and distribution of goods and services. In today's world, money provides a simple and efficient way to allocate resources, enabling us to coordinate complex global supply chains. Without it, we'd have to rely on direct barter. Imagine the chaos if every transaction required finding someone who had what you needed and wanted what you had. The sheer logistical nightmare of it all would be enough to make even the most ardent barter enthusiast long for the simplicity of cash. However, it's not all doom and gloom. This change could potentially lead to a more community-oriented society. With no money to hoard, the focus would shift from personal accumulation to communal cooperation. We might see a resurgence of the commons model, where resources are managed collectively for the benefit of all. There might also be an increase in self-sufficiency as people revert to producing for their own needs. This could lead to stronger local economies, but it also raises questions about how we would manage large-scale projects. Would we be able to build highways, create state-of-the-art hospitals, or launch space missions without a monetary system? And then there's the question of motivation. Would people still be driven to innovate, invent, and work hard if they weren't rewarded with financial gain? Some might argue that passion, curiosity, and the desire to contribute to society could be enough. Others might worry about a potential decrease in productivity and innovation. Furthermore, how would we value goods and services without a common measure? Would we return to a subjective valuation based on personal needs and wants? Or could we develop a new, non-monetary standard of value? It's a complex question with no easy answers, but it forces us to rethink our current economic structures. So, what have we learned from imagining a world without money? From this thought experiment, we've journeyed through the concept of a society that operates without the exchange of coins and banknotes. We've contemplated how we might measure value in such a world, with a return to the age-old practice of bartering potentially filling the gap. In this scenario, Goods and services would be directly exchanged, rather than being bought and sold. We also examined the profound impact such a shift would have on our current economic structures. With no money, the foundations of capitalism would be rattled, and the ripple effects would touch every corner of society. We would see a transformation in how wealth is accumulated, how resources are allocated, and how social structures are formed and maintained. Indeed, the concept of a moneyless society is a complex one, filled with both potential dangers and opportunities. Whether it's a utopia or a dystopia, a world without money certainly gives us food for thought.